Hello, everyone. I'm Danny, and we are very lucky to have Beth today to share her experience related to her job hunting. And the topic is three inefficient job hunting ways that Taiwanese students should avoid. That means because many students graduate recent month, so they use so many different way to have a job hunting, but some of them are not appropriate. So because Beth has many experience as a project engineer, and now she is a cost engineer in big company. So should we start?
Let's get started. So this is my topic for today, the ineffective job searching ways Taiwanese students should avoid. Why I'm sharing these? Because over the years, myself, I made mistakes, and I see these ways are used by international students over and over, and they get frustrated, they waste their time and money, and they didn't get any result. So I'm sharing these because it's September now. A lot of people are graduating, probably looking for a new job or trying to transition in a different job. So in the end, I will also provide you the real job searching way that actually works for you, that will benefit you in either short term or long term in your career. Okay, let's get started. So first, let's take a look. As a Taiwanese student going to USA, Australia, Japan, or any other country, being an international student, you might have three of these, or any of these, or three of them. The first, you require a visa to stay. And after you graduate in USA, you have, I don't know how long, maybe 3 months to find a job. And later, if you need your employer to sponsor your visa, you get an H-1B visa to start working. And if you get laid off, that you better find the next sponsor in a very short time window. So that leads to my second point. Your time and money pressure is bigger than the domestic student. You have limited time, you have limited money. And the third point is also very important because you're a foreigner, you don't have many local experiences. And actually you step into a new environment, start the school and everything, getting used to the way of life. It's not easy, and it's really hard. And the lack of communication skills and social skills often leads Taiwanese student less desirable in the job market by the big companies. I've been there, so I'm speaking only the truth today, and I'm gonna share with you a lot of bloody story, truly bloody story that maybe be a warning or being a lesson to you that I learned the hard way, so you can take my lesson, so you don't have to go through what I've been through. Okay, next slide. So first, let's jump into the first. In this PowerPoint, I'm gonna share 3 very popular job searching ways Taiwanese students love to use, but really inefficient. So the first one is applying jobs online through company website and job searching website. Well, job searching website, they are so popular. Look at the right side of my PowerPoint. We have LinkedIn, we have monster.com, we have Glassdoor. You can see the reviews, employees' reviews of a company. You can apply on them easily. You just click that button, submit your resume, and that's it. Easy, right? But you can see online sharing from the very popular bulletin board PTT in Taiwan. There are a lot of people sharing, oh, you have to submit hundreds of applications on job searching website or online. Well, it's very normal that you submit 500 applications up to 1,000 applications. The number varies. But why you don't get any response? Because it's an easy way, so everyone can click that button and submit application, right? So first, well, every company, they use screening software. They screen out the applications. Well, I read a study says average time a resume get viewed is 8 seconds. I think that number should be lower because think about it. For my first job, I worked in Jacobs, a big company in Boeing airplane manufacturing website. For my job, the company probably get 1,000 or 2,000 applications a day. Who has time to read through them all, right? So the first of all, your resume gonna be screened out by the AI, never reach to a HR, or not to even mention a hiring manager. The second point is many jobs are not listed on the website. If you don't ask around the people, you don't ask the people in office, you don't know. You don't even know there's job openings or promotion opportunities. And the third point is also very valid, is the opening you see on the website is no longer exist. It just haven't been taken down because, well, let's just leave it there, right? Less thing to worry about. Let's get the job done. A lot of companies, they are very, very outdated on keeping up on their career page on their website. So first, I'm gonna share with a true story. If this is Luffy, he's a Taiwanese student. When I met him, he just graduated. He studied a very popular user experience design, user interface design stuff. And after he graduated, he wanted to look for a job in this field. So I asked him, hey, how did you find what way you use in job searching? He says he simply go to LinkedIn, one of the very big job searching platform and like a networking platform that in USA. He says, oh, I open the LinkedIn and search for the user experience designer job title, and select the city I want to go and just apply for all the jobs listed up there. And when I finish, I simply close the page and move on to the next city. So I told him that's guaranteed the most useless way you can use in searching your job. Well, he is working hard, right? He's sitting up in front of his computer, submitting 10, 20, 30 applications a day. But remember what I say, remember our previous page. So he came to me, he says he didn't get any response on those websites. So that's his story. That's why you don't get a lot of response on the job searching website or even the company website. Okay, next story. This is Zorro. Zorro is actually my coworker I met in Boeing factory. Zorro is American. He's a Navy veteran, and he actually got a job by applying on Boeing website. But he told me he applied so many positions in like over 2 years to finally land him a job in Boeing. 2 years. He probably from time to time open the Boeing website and see which job he's interested and he qualified for and click apply. And he take 2 years to get into Boeing. But ask yourself, Taiwanese international student, do you have 2 years to wait? Ask yourself this question. Do you have 2 years to wait? Simply apply online. So in the end, he told me he's just lucky. I think he's speaking the truth. Okay. And the third story is my story. And actually, this is a very important example that I never get to hear anywhere else. I never get to see it anywhere else. So if you're here in this presentation, you're lucky. You're saving yourself big time here. I'm gonna tell you why you're getting rejection letters after you apply for the company website. Are you not qualified? Are you not graduating from the prestigious school? Are you not getting higher GPA? Hear me out. So let me give you a little story about myself. So after I graduate, I got all my jobs through networking. I didn't submit any application online. So this is how I got my first job. I talked to a friend. He gave me the reference of my future boss. So I called my future boss and talked to my boss online, on the phone. And he asked, yes, Elizabeth, this is a perfect job opening for you. And then he asked me to submit the application on the website. So to get me in the system, and he will talk to the HR department to take my resume out to interview me and start all the onboarding process. Okay, that sounds very promising. I did what he said and the process started. But a few days later, after I got all the documents sent, I got a system generate rejection letter after I got hired. I'm so regret I didn't save that letter today. I cannot find it in my mailbox. I really want to present to you because that rejection letter is very system generated. It's like, oh, hey, we got your resume, we evaluate your skills, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, we decide not to hire you. We wish you the best. Just all that formalities the company can give you on the rejection letter. A rejection letter after I got hired. Yes, you read me right. So, but anyway, I start working. I start working anyway because I pass the background check and onboarding process and everything. I got my badge, my ID, and I start working. So later, I had a chance to chat with my coworkers, both in Boeing and Jacobs, and more than one people have the same experience with me. They say after they got hired, like 3 days later, they receive a system generated rejection letters. And then we came to a conclusion, which is, yes, the AI is working in the background. They take your resume and no HR will have the time to read 100 emails a day. No HR will have time to scroll through your resume, 100 resume a day. Trust me, your company HR did a lot of things, only not reading your resumes online. So, but for the applicants, they don't want to sound like they are ignoring you. So they will send out the system generated rejection letters, maybe a week after you sending out their application, make you feel like, oh, actually we put time in your resume. And actually they didn't. They did not, because who has time to read through all the resumes, right? So remember my story here. Remember my story here. So this is why you get rejection letters. Not because you are a bad fit, not because you are not qualified, only because you are using the wrong way for searching jobs. But this is a very sad thing. If you don't know my story, if you don't know this, you'll think, oh my gosh, I got rejected again. How many times, how many rejection letters should I get to get a job, really? Isn't it that hard to get a job? What else can I do? Your self-esteem is sabotaged, but that's not about you. And you shouldn't be worrying about those rejection letters. And I'll tell you in the solution, how can you bypass all these? Okay. We spend a lot of time on applying online. And the second point is talking to recruiters or human resources management or talent assessment managers in the company you want to go. And often, if you're in school, these three type of person, they appear on the career fair because they are there, they are very open to chat with you, to help you know better about their companies, and they collect your resumes. And by talking to them, you have a feeling that that's very promising that they can hire you. But actually, that's not the case. This is why. The first, they may not know the department's best interest. They are not the hiring managers. They may not know exactly what kind of people the team needs. So they're just there collecting your resume. And actually, the second is they are in charge of recruiting for the whole company. So their attention is very is everywhere. And also those human resources, they have to spend time on processing the onboarding process, like quitting process, or for the employees. So actually they are not understand very well like what kind of people they need to hire in a certain department, or even not to even mention matching you with a team that you want, that fits you good. And the most important thing is the third point. They are not the final decision maker. They are not the hiring manager. So if you hear my story is, I reach out to the hiring manager first, and we talk, we make sure he's gonna hire me, and then he transfer me to the HR department to start the onboarding process. So this should be the other way around. So save your time in the career fair with the human resource or the recruiters. Yes, it's nice to talk to them, but remember, they are not the key person to land you a job. Okay, this is my story again. So there's one time when I was still in school, I went to a career fair. Oh, excuse me. Of course, I went to a career fair because back then I didn't know all these stories. So I chat with a very big company, HR personnel in the career fair, and they have a tablet in their hands. And after chatting with them, they say, oh, you can submit your resume here. Simply click a little, scroll down and click some buttons on their template, on their tablet, and you submit their resumes. And then you never hear back from them. And now I know that's normal, because if I submit my resume on that tablet, it goes to the huge, like a data pool, or the resume pool, that no difference from submitting online. That's why you never hear them back. And the interesting thing is, the day after career fair, I went to visit a professor, and he asked me, hey, are you interested in working for company K? One of my old friends, he's a manager in company K. He reached out to me, said, this project in Seattle needs an engineer. So did you see the interesting part right here? So actually, those hiring managers, they find their team members or future employees or future staff within their own network, which is my professor. Well, then later I learned the career fair is just a way to do like a publications, like a public relations. They spend the money, they appear, they are a welcoming company, and they let open to the students, open to the schools, and maybe even open if they want to expand their business in a new area. They might have a career fair in the school, in the city. So, but those money spent, but truly, according to what I hear, the company, they don't rely on finding their future staff or future engineers in the career fair. So yes, you can go to career fair, go whatever, speak to whatever you want, but don't put high hope on them. That may not be the most effective way to get your job. Oh, let me scroll back. Okay, we're in the right place. Okay, the third way is, how about using a recruiting company? That should be easier, right? We have a lot of staffing agency or recruiting company, employing agency here, which is they help you find a job. They match you with your future employer, and they make commission out of it. Well, for sure, that's what they do. So you assume they know a lot of companies. They will do hard work matching you and your future company, right? But actually, it can be a very risky way, especially for new graduate student, and even for an experienced someone. I do not recommend this way either. So this is why. Well, those staffing agencies, they are doing these to make money. So your best interest may not be their best interest. So they will send you a ton of jobs. See which one you like. And often they are matching you with a job that is wrong fit for you. Yeah. And also, and all these years I learned, big companies, they don't hire through staffing agencies because of the quality of the employee is not guaranteed. That comes back to the first point. For the company, the staffing agency, they might give them like wrong fit as well. So once I talked to my business manager in my company, she was asking me if I know someone who can come to work for us. And so I asked her about, hey, I thought we are using the recruiting company for hiring. She says, yes, but if we know someone in your own social circle that's a good fit, we will hire them. We prefer to hire them through our social, like personal social networks. For the staffing agency, she told me if someone got hired through a staffing agency and they're not doing well, the company can lay them off and get a commission back from staffing agency. So for the employee, that's kind of the risk here. So let's say if you got hired through a staffing agency, if you're not doing very well within the first 3 months because you're the wrong fit, or because whatever reason you didn't perform up to their standard, well, the company may not likely to move you around to a different team or trying to bring you up with the performance. They tend to just lay you off and get the money back from the staffing company and go to find the next employee. So that's why I don't recommend just using the staffing agency right away. And the third point, which is I suffer from even now, is sometimes they will send you fake job openings. To do what? To collect your personal information. Because on your resume, you have your personal information, your phone number, your email, maybe the city you're located. So you are exposed yourself with all kinds of scam. Well, I made that mistake. When I was in school, I didn't know all these. So I tried to submit my resume on the staffing agency website in hope they will give me a job. And what do I get? Scam email. Until today, I did not get any promising jobs opportunities. Only scam email. Yeah. This Taiwanese student named Nami. She's a smart woman. So after graduating in NTU, Taiwan University, he came to US and get a master's degree in computer science. She wants to be a software engineer. That everyone's sharing how much they earn and how big package they get. But instead of doing her own work, she used a recruiting company on the job searching website. And then, yeah, she got a job in maybe whatever company as a software engineer. And then during the pandemic, because the economy goes bad, she got laid off. And even worse is when she signed a contract with this staffing agency, she did not read the fine print. In the fine print, the staffing agency stated that, well, as if the company, the staffing agency, is in financial crisis, they will charge their client to save the company. So she got charged by the staffing agency because she did not read the fine print. So here's a risk of using a staffing agency. I believe there are tons of companies like that in the web, in online, waiting for the innocent or unaware Taiwanese student to get hooked. Only you lose your money, you waste your time, and she got laid off. And this is a very sad story because what she did, no, she didn't reflect on herself or trying to look for other ways. She started complaining. And does that complaint help? No. So eventually she went back to Taiwan. Okay, so after I share all kinds of story, my mistakes, everyone else's mistake, what's the solution? Well, the solution is pretty simple. Go out, ask your teachers, ask the people, tell them you're looking for jobs. Networking interview is more promising than the three other ways I just shared. Well, that means you have to do your own hard work. You have to take initiative. If you want to know how to start building your own network, I have an online sharing on OTEA last year, an introduction of networking culture in USA. You can go watch that. I share more on how to start building your network when you got into a new country. Okay, so I'm gonna share these again. So your chance of getting interviews or even getting hired. Look at these two pie charts. Which it's obvious which one you should choose, right? About only 5% of online applications result in an interview, versus every time you speak to a person, you use your networking to find a job. You always most guaranteed to have an interview, even not a job offer. Yeah, and I put this iceberg is on the tip of the iceberg is when you only apply online. This is the job opening you see. But if you talk to the people in the industry, reach out to them, you might find more job opportunities underwater. So this is the end of my presentation. Thanks everyone. If you have questions.
It's very amazing to share this experience. May I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
So you're doing like networking because I think you have LinkedIn account, right?
Yeah.
So how do you like maintain the like a relationship with the people in the LinkedIn? Because sometimes we just add the people, but after like few weeks later, we don't have any contact. So I'm not sure if this is the efficient way to, add these people. And after that, we don't have any conversation. So do you think, like how do you maintain the like a relationship, something like that?
Okay, that's a good question actually. So first of all, in LinkedIn, it's a professional networking, like professionally. So it's okay that you don't talk to them like in 1 year or two, or you maybe reach out to them says, hey Danny, I just quit from my previous job, and am I able to? What openings do you have in your company? Is it okay to say this? And actually, when I initiate an invite on LinkedIn, I put a short message on the message box. I know LinkedIn have the like system generated information chat that says, hey, please add me to your network, blah blah blah. But I will get it more personalized. For example, if I want to get to know Danny, I might say, hey, Danny, this is Elizabeth. We met in the OTEA online sharing events. So can I add you to my network? And once you accept, according to my needs, I might initiate a chat. Says, hey, Danny, I want to transition into a senior, like a project management job, and I want to know in your industry, and maybe you have some job leads for me, or maybe you can share in your city what kind of construction project do you have? Do you have time to chat? And just keep it professional. And everyone knows LinkedIn is a professional networking website. So don't feel bad if you reach out to them, like when you want to get to know more of the industry they are in. Yes, I do have LinkedIn contact that I haven't reached out to like in 2-3 years, but occasionally I do get messages from them says, hey, do you have a job lead, or we have a job lead, are you interested in applying? Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, so that's a simple way to interact with people on LinkedIn. Hopefully it's helpful.
Oh, thanks for the answer, Beth. Okay, we have another question from Kenneth Chen. The question is, can you share your thoughts about the recent hire freezing situation in the big tech, especially for the new graduation?
Oh, thanks for the question. Yeah, I okay, I never thought I would get to ask these questions, but I can definitely share my thoughts. So recently the hiring freeze, and it's hard to get a job, especially for new grads. And actually, according to my my friend who is also in the tech industry, it's not always like that. It's because the bubble, like in the 2000 years, the .com bubble burst, and all of a sudden everyone's out of job, even the senior ones. And he definitely say it's the trend is coming back. And so it's a testing time. Whoever invests in their skills, in their network, doing hard work will survive. And let me share this with you. So I know there's a lot of boot camp, like they teach you how to write program in a very short time, and they will find you a job match in Amazon or Microsoft or whatever big company. And according to my friend, it's those positions are kind of disposable. This sounds promising, very promising right now, because all the tech companies, they jack up their stock price because they have a stakeholder to please, right? So the higher the stock price, the better. And also that reflects on your package, because the compensation is composed by part of the real salary, the money you get actually, and the stocks. Yeah, so that's why you see once the bubble burst, there's a lot of people they're out of the job. But I know it's a very popular way, and I do know people make a lot of money or trying to survive in this industry. So I would say just get to know what's happening around you if you want to stay in this business. And also don't try to be like a free rider. Don't think you can invest very little and get big payoff. It's not gonna happen. Nothing is free under the sun. That's my 2 cents. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
All right, thanks, Beth. We have another question from OTEA admin. The question is, does LinkedIn Premium work? I think it's...
I never use LinkedIn Premium because I find jobs, phone calls, and so I never use LinkedIn Premium. But I suppose they can be helpful. Maybe Jay has something wants to share. Jay raises his hand.
Yes, I tried LinkedIn Premium. but I only use the free version. I mean, before they will ask you, they will provide like a 1 month free trial period for LinkedIn Premium, and you do. I mean, it depends on when you define will it help. If you're just going to land a job, that will help. But then it's also depend. There's a lot of people use LinkedIn Premium, especially HR person. They will use LinkedIn Premium because they will know like how many people view your profile, who are those people, etc., etc. So it depends on what's your purpose. And then I also want to add some information about using LinkedIn. LinkedIn is just, of course, it's a professional networking, but then you have to occasionally post something, share your thought, share new technology. But then also it's just like if you check LinkedIn like every day, like when you check Instagram or check Facebook, you'll find so many amazing things around the world on different industry from your contact. So it's how you use LinkedIn. It's not just for finding a job. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks.
Thank you, Jay. That's very helpful.
All right, we jump to another question from Oliver. Thanks, Beth, for sharing this nice topic. Compare with other countries' interview. What is the benefits to Taiwanese students? Which part do you think we should improve?
This is a good question. You basically asking what we are good at and which part we should be better at. So first, I will share with a good part. Well, of course, we work hard. We may talk much. We may be bad at presenting or communication, but we work hard, and we are pretty detail oriented. So that's definitely our benefit. Well, that's definitely our strong part. And well, and another thing is, if you're asking us to work overtime, we will very likely to say yes. Other countries, other employee, you ask them to work overtime, they may not budge. They may have their family to take care of. They may have the interest sports what they want to play. They tend to finish their work like on time. Yeah, overtime they rarely do. If you ask them for overtime, you have to give them very good reasoning. Like, hey, we have a deadline. We have a milestone to catch. We are already late. We have to catch that milestone. Yes, then they will work overtime, and you have to pay them like double wages to keep them work overtime. And for Taiwanese, we don't. We ask us to work overtime. Yes, we'll stay till midnight to finish your stuff. Well, and what part do you think we should improve? Communication skills and social skills. That's a must. Yeah, and especially in US. I hear this over 10 years ago, and I met one of the engineers through the engineering association. That lady, she told me, she's from Taiwan too. She told me, well, Elizabeth, if you want to survive here, the technical skill you have to have, but you also have to know how to social. That's how you get business. That's how you become valuable to your company. So social skills, communication skills, that's what we should improve. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Another question from Hao T. Lee. Any other country other than the US that is good for a software engineer? Easy to get work visa. Also, how to find a network there?
Well, let me answer how to find network there. So actually, it depends on the place you want to go. But generally, the country who has a lot of immigrants, they have better economy. Like US, right? They have a stronger economy. Even within Europe, like a union within Europe, you can see a lot of immigrants in terms of I mean software engineer. They are gathered in like a UK or what are that maybe Germany, like German, like UK or maybe Sweden. So if you look at the economy numbers, those countries are strong at economies. And those, for the countries that are losing their people, are usually Spain, Hungary, or Poland, because their economy is bad. The young people cannot find a job. So within Europe, their younger people tend to go to the stronger economy country to find jobs. So definitely do your own research. And I believe in those countries, there are professional networking. website or platform that you can reach out. The most important thing is just don't sit and wait, and you have to take initiative and even take the risk of being rejected. I mean, yeah, I don't get my job the first time I reach out. Just willing to take some risk, I would say.
Okay, we have another question from Ted Hu. Thank you, Beth, for the invaluable presentation. I have to admit it that I'm a PTT addict. However, I'm always discouraged by PTT when searching for opportunities overseas in the civil engineering field, especially for someone who doesn't have a work visa. Do you have any recommendations for someone current applying for an master in civil engineering in the US?
Okay, that's a good question, Ted. First, I want to ask, did you get a school now, or you are just starting to apply? Because that makes a difference. Well,
I think we can just say
okay,
if he's already applied.
Okay, so it's applying. I would say whatever school you go to doesn't matter. Well, I know Taiwanese people, especially, we all go to elite school like NTU, Chenggong University, Tsinghua, Jiao Tong Daxue, right? But actually in US, that's not that important. So even you get to a less prestigious school, the important thing you have to remember is start building your network. The first day you go into a school, start talking to your teachers, expressing, hey, I wanna stay, I wanna find a job. If you have any job leads, please let me know. And I'm open to interview with different companies, exploring the possibilities. And you might have your classmates, they're already working, ask them too. It's a network you build in the school. It's not the school you go to. The GPA, it doesn't matter that much, to be honest. Yeah, because the truth is, when you're graduating, when you go into interview, well, if the company accept you for an interview, that means they acknowledge your degrees, they acknowledge your educational background, and actually from the same school, it doesn't make that big difference. And even if you have internship experience, the internship, they won't give you hard work. So whatever do in your internship, that only demonstrate you can work in a team environment, that demonstrate to your future employer. You can communicate with your coworkers. You can get along with your future bosses. You can get along with your subcontractors. That's the most important part. So which school you go to and what GPAs you're graduating with is not that important. The important thing is who you know. Yeah, that's my advice. That's something I wish I would know before I start school.
Thank you, Beth. It's very useful. The Ted who is apply your question. So I think the person is currently preparing to apply for a student study abroad.
Yeah, okay. Then my answer is on point. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Yeah.
Okay. I have another question for you, Beth.
Yeah, sure.
Like, is there any like institution related to engineering in America? Like, American student can join the institution like for free, and they can attend the event and they can build their network there, something like that. Because I know in Australia we have Engineering Australia, so we can attend the event. So they will organize some event in different states. So we can, you can check out on their website and you can go to the event. So like, is there any? How about in America?
Oh yes, for sure. So in US, the biggest one is ASCE, the American Civil Engineering Association. They are the oldest engineering association in whole US, and they're very well developed. The organization is very big, and a lot of them are working there are volunteers, and they have a wide range of from young student, like early in their early career, or like very senior. They all have, and they all have a lot of resources too. So I do recommend, if you are in school in USA, reach out to them and go to their events that usually free for students. I I've been their events before, went in for free because I was a student. So definitely take advantage of your student ID. And because you are a new student and you are international, you are new to a city, people actually tends to help you more. They tend to share with you more open, quicker to you, and share more of their thoughts to you. And if you find a job through that network, it's pretty promising because everyone there are in the industry, long or short. And I believe many of them has multiple job leads on their hands. Yeah. And actually, a few months ago, I just invited my coworker to Amy. She's engineer in my company, to do a online sharing in OTEA. I'm gonna post a link right here. You can go there and see, because she reviewed the ASC pretty in depth, and in terms of what kind of activity a student can go and what kind of resource they have. They even have a mentor program, and it's free for students. And I do feel very excited if anyone utilize their resource. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Beth. We have another person who has question, is Kenneth Chen. He raised the question. Do you want to talk?
Yeah, I want to direct talk. I just want to share my thought to Ted about, because let me introduce myself. I got my bachelor degree in civil engineering in National Taiwan University in 2022, and right now I'm a structural designer in the U.S. in Los Angeles. And so, based on my past experiment to seek for a job as in the field related to civil and structure, I think this civil engineer, this job market always lack of people. So I think Ted didn't need to worry about being a civil engineer. You did not find a job here. But yeah, but right now I want to ask the host, both of you, and so because right now I'm interested in the green building part. That is my master degree. I was a USC student in green technology, so I'm interested in green technology and renewable energy. So I just want to ask you guys, have knowing any people working in the company that doing related to the ESG or the carbon calculations, or the related to the sustainability team in your company, or knowing anyone can recommend me to reach out to them, and I want to talk to them. And yeah, because right now I'm working in the as a structural designer, and I conducted the sustainability study to the client, say, hey, how much carbon emission your warehouse going to emit in this field. And recently California is going to pass a law related to the green building, because they asked the building owner in next year, if they want to get a permit to construct, they need to show their carbon reduction in minimum 10% in the reduction. So that's a new trend right now. And recently they just passed a carbon accounting code in California, asking every company to submit the ESG report related to their company in California. So I want to look if there are any better opportunity. I would like to jump into that company, because I don't like my company right now. I always get overworked, and like Beth say, we like to overwork, but my company did not pay for me, and always asking me to work on these weekends, like Saturday and Sunday. So because this is my first job here, so I don't have a lot of choice to choose, but I still open to like bring my take my experience here and to another company. So I still keep reaching out to people, but I think this is a new trend in the industry. So I need to reach out more people, because not like software, you have lots of resource in this part. So yeah, so I want to ask you, both of you, like in US or in the Australia, do they have any resource for me to reach out? Yeah.
Well, I let me share my thoughts first. Well, first I would say, good job, Ken. Just keep up the good work. You are doing the right thing. Trying to talk to different person. Trying to reach out, take initiative, reach out to the people that in the industry you are interested in. And actually, I know that the civil engineering industry in US, we have a shortage of engineers after the baby boomers are still slowly retiring. So I would say whoever want to step in the civil engineering, structural engineering industry, well, if you look out, you will find a lot of job opportunities there. Yeah. Well, but the first thing is you have to use the right way. Remember the lessons I just shared. And regarding to the green building, green energy, I would suggest you to reach out to Jay Lin. He's based in California, and he can give you a lot of connections that might know better, because he works for ACOM. He no longer works there anymore, I guess, but he still got a lot of connections. So, and since you're also in California, so reach out within OTEA. We have a lot of resources here too. So
yeah, I joined OTEA like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, but I mean just busy, so don't have lots of time like weekly meeting. I did not attend the weekly meeting, but
yeah,
just listen, see the message and attend again.
Yeah, nice. Well, but Ken, see that's the point. You once you start, you may not do it like diligently, like every week or every day, but you keep that thought in mind and you keep working towards your goal. So it might take a little bit longer, but now you're in a very good position because you're not desperately need a job. You still have your job, so you're in a pretty good position. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Beth, we have another question. I'm wondering if getting PE in Taiwan will help get a civil engineering job in the US.
Well,
Yep.
Well, getting a PE in Taiwan is definitely acknowledgement of your technical skills. That's for sure. But how, like the bridge between you got a PE, maybe you register in a state in US, in a state you want to work for, until you finally land a job in that state, that requires your hard work. That requires you building your network. Yeah, that's that will be my answer. But you know, we Taiwanese, we are good at technical stuff. So getting a PE definitely that definitely helps. Yeah.
Okay.
So I will say to this young man or young lady here, what you have to do right now is go build your own network, build your LinkedIn profile, go watch my videos, start applying all my tips, and avoid my mistakes. That will be your step one. Yeah.
Okay, Beth. Another question is, thanks for sharing. I have only worked in Taiwan, specifically in the construction departments of large corporations. I'm wondering if this experience would be advantageous when looking for civil engineering jobs in the States.
Well, I would say it depends. It depends on what type of job. Well, because in US, they once you leave a company, whatever you can carry with you is your experience on your resume. Like you working building a power plant, or building highways, or building a semiconductor manufacturer factory. So those experience are what US company looks for. So I will definitely say you have a very good chance. So go polish on your communication skills. Find a way to how to present to your future employee, like present better. Like I working on these big project. I know how to do ABC, and for sure start building your network. I think there's a chance for you there. Yeah.
I think we finished all the questions so far. So yes, thanks for Beth for this amazing.